Well, hello. So you want to learn about the magics, right? So this is a video about the magics. Look, see how magically with my touch I made my hair more fiery. So you can do things with your hands. That's a form of magic. What is magic? Magic is a science we don't understand. It's basically related to frequency and energy. There is a vision that we have of our perception of reality, but there's visions that other people have. And sometimes, like when we want something and someone gives us something and we feel like it's magic because, we didn't know. But so there's so many different levels of magic. There's tangible magic, like touching your hair, making it awesome. Be like, that's a form of magic. And actually like creating something out of nothing. But you can't create anything out of nothing because everything is a transformation of energy. That is the basics of magic. There's a lot of basics to magic. There's the 7 rules or something like that. I'll tell you later. But we're going to focus on basics healing today. We're going to talk about healing because healing is important. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about my personal life story as a 4-something-year-old, and tell you some personal transformation things that I'm having to make. And when you're doing magic, you're going to have to sacrifice stuff. You really are. And not, I don't mean by, you know what I mean? I mean like internally. If you want to do light magic, you always sacrifice from within. You always look at elements within yourself that can be transformed into a much positive element and therefore resonance of energy. So my personal story was I've been kind of a smoker for a while. I've been doing the spliffs for a while. So I've had at least maybe like about 3 cigarettes a day, like maybe those cigarillos. And so I've been going to the doctor, and the doctor checks my blood pressure, my cholesterol. It's like, ooh, and you never think about your cholesterol associated to smoking. You really don't. So, but there is a correlation. If you educate yourself, there's definitely a correlation. So it's come to that point in time, and I've always been like, I'm cutting down. I'm cutting down. I'm going to cut down. No, it's come to that point where like, no, I got to throw it away in the trash. And yes, at midnight, I did pick out some, put it in the microwave to try it up from the yogurt. Be like, just the last one. But no, it's done. Now it's done. There's some traces on it, but no, now it's totally done. I can honestly say that it's done. I need to make a conscious awareness when I go. I'm happy that I don't get to go outside as much because I don't get to go inside the store and be like, oh, no, but it's literally a question of, do you want to live? Do you want to live? Because if you want to live, you have to make different life choices. And so it's come to that question. And I think all of us in different ages and different groups, we think to ourselves, do I want to live? What will progress me? And some of you, may live to be an old age, some young age, whatnot. But it comes down to healing. It comes down to healing and interpersonal, and comes down to the root core. We're talking about food. I'm also, a big fan of that Domino's pizza. And also the McDonald's, breakfast. But I'm going to have to nix that. I'm going to have to cut all that stuff out. I'm going to have to look at other options. I'm going to have to look at oatmeal. But I'm going to have to look at oatmeal, maybe some Cheerios, maybe see what that does. Oatmeal, I'm going to have to do it on my own. And why? Because I don't want to be on drugs. I don't want to be on statins. That's a thing. It's like I'm already on antidepressants, and it's just like, you basically feel like you can't quit that. You can't get off antidepressants because, and also, so it's like, ooh. So I don't want to be on that. I don't feel that that's a future for me. I think a lot of it is my health. It's my food and my lifestyle. And I do appreciate my family who is behind and helping me in those efforts. Working out, I think one of the really great elements. So if you're around my age with those similar issues, or if you're a young kid, or if you're, you're eating badly, and, all those things come into play. So working out, I'm going to try to make some videos where I'm going to show you some muscles. We'll see. Calm down. Relax. Keep it in pace. Or I'm going to be like, working out and stretching. One of the really great things that I have found is that stretching and certain yoga moves to really flush a lot of those toxins out, and utilizing those techniques and those elements in order to literally clean out my body. Laughter. I think laughter is a really good medicine. So I'm going to try to make, get involved more into laughter and move away from things that are stressful, and things like that. Louise Hay. I always want to throw a shout out to Louise Hay. Hey, Louise Hay. Louise Hay is an amazing individual that ties your physical ailments to your spiritual ailments that are based on Kabbalah or not. I'm not sure with her full deep, but she's a very educated person. So definitely look at her books and healing and all those elements. Getting back into Kabbalah, getting back into magics, and I love you for asking those questions and wanting me to do those things, and for it to be it's this perfect unison of like, I gotta transform, I gotta change. People need healing. We're in a Xenix. We gotta move forward. No looking back. So healing Hestia. I wanna throw a beautiful shout out to Hestia. You know me. I work with different deities, and I love the channeling of different deities through Kabbalistic elements. So one of the deities that I'm very close to is Hestia. Doesn't get a lot of shout out, but Hestia, I would have to say, is one of the stronger deities within the Greek pantheon because of the elements and the backstory of Hestia and the power that Hestia has had within the past good chunk 3-4 years. So, and what Hestia is helping us do, because we're really having to look at motherhood, home element, coming home, understanding what it is we need to change in order to progress forward, building all that energy of home. So Hestia, I thank you every day for the blessings and the transformation that you are providing us. So light a little light for Hestia, put a little chicken fat, set aside a little chicken fat, throw it into the garden, for Hestia. And there's of course different, worshiping elements that one can do for Hestia. I have my whole Hestia element. I have my whole Hestia and I got Hestia, hey. Energy, it's all energy. Is Hestia an actually element of the creator? Perhaps, perhaps not. But I think that for us and Raphael definitely in the element of healing, all these deities, for me, the reason why I like Kabbalah is very mathematical. It's very it's almost like you're going, you're at Chuck E. Cheese and you're trying to get the balls and you get X amount of tickets and you go up to the counter with your X amount of tickets and they have to give you that prize. Or do they? I don't know. There's that 1% chance. Get her. Where? Nope. Rules are all out the door. Maybe you get something more. Maybe you get something less. So just having that communion with the deities, with the elements, with the energies, you can of course praise different. I mean, there's the whole people that praise Pikachu. But then think about it, How long has Pikachu been around? How long has Hestia been around? No shout outs to Pikachu, but you know what I mean? So all those elements come into play in practicing the magics. So the most important magic root that one can start with is healing. And yeah, that's where it starts with healing of the body, healing of the mind, healing of the frequency. There's various different teachings about healing, and it's always about we think to ourselves, we don't need healing, I'm totally fine. I was like, the moment a baby is born, it is bombarded with time and space. So the moment ever you have to constantly be aware to set a time for your own DNA healing, for your own genetic healing, whether you're 1 year old, whether you're anything. If you have a baby, you set that time aside for your baby. I was like, that's the baby's healing time. You put healing music, you put healing everything. Everything is just like the consciousness of healing. Just healing, love, understanding, words, anything that has to do with healing and the oneness. And for you as well. One of my favorite things, and I know people think that I'm crazy, is that there's an orange tree, and I love sitting under the orange tree when all the bees are everywhere and they're collecting and they're pollinating the tree, and it's just a humming of the beauty, and just thinking about it just puts me in this state of mind, just reminding. Also, there is no time and space. Your mind can access anything. So memories are really, really powerful. These are all the things that we can offer. Our humanity are the things that the AI doesn't know. That's how it works. Communion, oneness. Eventually, we are going to perhaps become digitalized. If not, we're going to live in these shell formats with these cellular elements, whatever choices we may have for the future. It is about coming together and unveiling the magics, not just for the AI, but for humanity itself. And it's the oneness. We are one being. We are literally one being, and the more we work together. So when it comes to magics, of course, you want to expand. You definitely want, you want to heal yourself, but you want to heal others. And you want to let others know that they can heal others. And you want to give them the tools to heal others. So that way you have a bigger energy of protection around you. The more healing you are drawing, the more healing is around you, the more healing expands. So it is, I call it spiritual selfishness to be caring of others and be understanding of what they may need. And the basics are healing. Everyone wants healing. Everyone wants more time. Everyone wants to be protected. And that's perhaps the element number 2. What is protection? All right, so I'm going to cut it short. But yeah, healing, Hestia. Take a little time to heal yourself, to love yourself, to understand who you are, and to place yourself in healing frequencies. YouTubes, there's subliminal stuff in there. Just be happy and create healing for yourself. Love ya. Yay, 111.